Hello everybody, Angel Arts here, and we are now moving on to the finalist round of the selection process for my upcoming Mass Effect RPG tabletop campaign. A total of 24 people vied for a spot in my upcoming campaign, which is phenomenal. I am so grateful and thankful for every single person who auditioned. If I could, I definitely would play with all 24 of them, because each one of them, I think, could have brought great stuff to the table. But the reality is I can only pick a certain number of people. From these 24 people, I was able to narrow it down to my top 14. Now, I know originally I said I was going to do only 10 or 12, but there just came a point where I was trying to draw the line and I just couldn't draw the line at 12, so I had to move it over a notch or two. I need to somehow pick 4 people to participate in my next campaign, and I need you to help me. Here are the rules. For the next several days, I will be gradually posting the interviews, the one-on-one interviews that I had with each of the individual finalists. Your job is to provide constructive criticism in the comments section of the interviews to help me come to a final decision. Please keep the feedback in the comments positive. Please focus more on what the person did well than on what they did not do well. However, if you do wish to provide constructive criticism, make sure that you include in the same comment of that constructive criticism, you include something positive, something that that person did well in your comment. If you do not follow these guidelines, if you provide what I consider to be non-constructive feedback, if you provide constructive feedback that's pointing out some things that they could improve on, but do not also post anything positive, if you do not post something that the person did well, I will delete your comment. Your comment will be deleted regardless of how valid of a point you made. Please understand that these candidates are putting themselves out there. I mean, it's not easy, you know, posting something like this out on YouTube, out for the entire public to see. I mean, it's very vulnerable being able to do that. Most of them are not used to posting blogs or posting stuff about themselves on YouTube, and I want to be very sensitive to each one of them, which is why I am insisting that the feedback remains constructive. If you are watching somebody's interview and you absolutely, positively think that this person hands down belongs in my next campaign, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Now, keep in mind that this is not meant to be a popularity contest. So just because a certain video gets the most thumbs up, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're automatically going to be in the game. Because ultimately, I am going to have the final say. What this exercise is supposed to be used for is it's supposed to allow you guys to help me in coming to a final decision. You know, obviously if somebody has the most likes, it's something I will seriously take in consideration. And there are maybe some comments that people leave, some points that they make that I might not have thought about or not have considered. So that's the reason for this feedback. And in case you're wondering, I am not even going to pay attention to any thumbs down on any person's interview video. It's not gonna take that in consideration. So don't even waste your energy in doing it, because it's not gonna do anything. In addition, I will also be asking each individual finalist privately to select the 3 people that they personally are interested in playing with the most. And that is also something that I will take in serious consideration when I start finalizing who will be in the final 4. The interviews are going to be divided up into 2 separate parts. There is an out-of-character part where we will be able to sort of get a feel for each of the candidates as a person and as players. And then there's going to be an in-character part where I get to role-play with each of the candidates. One thing that I ask you is to focus more on the players themselves and not too much on their specific character. Their specific character is meant to just be a way for them to roleplay, but keep in mind that what they propose in their interview is not necessarily going to be what they will actually play in the game. The reason that I say this is because you will find very quickly that a great number of the candidates all picked the exact same race and specialty. For those people especially, focus more on the person, the player, and not the character, because most likely the character would probably get tweaked a little bit for diversification purposes. So focus more on how well you think that person, that player, would be able to come up with another character concept that would be just as interesting as the character that they're proposing now. If you have any questions about how this process works, please feel free to put them down in the comments below, and hopefully within a week after I start posting the candidates, I will come to a final decision, and then shortly after we'll announce who are the final 4 players who will be participating in my next adventure. To all of the candidates out there, best of luck. To all of you viewers out there, have fun. There's some great, awesome, interesting, very cool people out there that I'm just really excited for you guys to meet. And I hope that you guys enjoy watching each of their interviews and enjoy trying to get to know them a little bit better and getting a feel for them, so you can start helping me decide who you would like to see playing in the next campaign. So until next time, everybody, love yourselves and love each other. Kila Salai. Here are the finalists, presented in the order in which they submitted their applications. SuperSpells, Weng. The Worlds Minion, Dylan, Erik, Awkward Templar, James, Shogun, Quintin, Jeffality, DarkLThemsby, Mistiannyi, Kuramasgurl, Matthew Lang,